What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mo. This is my channel, Mo Nation. So today in this video, I'm gonna give you a list of stuff that you really don't need, but it just comes in handy having with your mobile detailing business. I'm gonna say it again, you really don't need these things, but it's kind of just nice to have. So let's go ahead and get this video started. Also, I'm gonna also start doing links. So some of the stuff that I'm gonna show y'all are gonna be in the link below if you want to go and grab it for yourself. I'll have the link in my description. So let's go ahead and now let's get the video started. All right, y'all, so let's start off with the sprayers. Okay, so recently I purchased two IK sprayers. This is the foam one, and then I have a regular one right here. So this one I got my Dark Fury in, which is for the wheels and bugs. Sometimes I use it as a pre-rinse. And this one, which is the regular one, is for my carpet and seats whenever I'm doing stuff like that, right? These, like I said, I'll have the link for these in my description. You don't need like this type of sprayer. As y'all can see, I've been using this a lot. You don't need them, but they do come, they are pretty nice to have. I haven't used any other ones that are like the quality of this one, but the quality is pretty decent. To say I'm coming from Harbor Freight pump sprayers to these IK sprayers, big difference. You don't need it, but it's nice to have. I mean, it's nice to have if you're doing like seat extractions, carpets and stuff like that. I use this now. I used to use a big pump sprayer, but I decided to just go down to the small ones and use the bigger ones as a storage, and one that's a nicer quality than your Home Depot one or your Harbor Freight one. So I've been through a bunch of Harbor Freight ones, and I've been through a bunch of Home Depots and a bunch of Lowe's ones. This one I done dropped it a couple of times and everything now, but yeah, like I said, something you don't really need, but it's just nice to have it. My 50-foot vacuum hose. As y'all can see, I have it on a garden hose reel, and it works for me, all right? But you don't need this, but it's nice to have whenever you can just roll it out, have the vacuum inside of the van or inside of your setup or whatever, and you don't have to keep moving around the vacuum. So I used to be, I had to take the vacuum out every time I moved to the other side of the car. I had to move the vacuum to the other side of the car, and so on and so on. That got annoying. So but it like I said, it's nice to have. All I do is I undo this part right here, connect it to my vacuum, and then I roll it out, and that's pretty much it. And then I have it on a remote right here, so this is my little thing. It keeps all my brushes and stuff inside here, but whenever I need to turn it on, I press the on button, turn it off, and that's it. And everybody want to know how's the suction on it. The suction is fine. You're not trying, as long as you're not trying to vacuum up a bag of rocks, you're good. You only should be vacuuming up like little itty bitty small stuff. If you can pick it up with your hand, my best advice is to just pick it up with your hand and throw it away. So I have the vacmaster 3-in-1 extractor, whatever you want to call it. So I've been having this for a good little minute now, and I paid like maybe, I think like $195-ish for it, or maybe $200 when it first came out. I'm really not sure. You really don't need it when you're first starting out. When I was working at the dealerships, we didn't even really do seat extractions. Like the way we used to clean seats is with a steamer, and we used to spray it down, agitate it, and go at it with the steamer and try to pick everything up with a towel. I mean, it takes a whole lot longer, but it's actually doable. But this is actually cheaper than this steamer. So I'd rather have the steamer, because the steamer helps get into the cracks and stuff. But this is also something that you really don't need, but it's nice to have. All right, so I don't think I ever made a video on this, but I did buy a Harbor Freight detailing chair, or whatever you want to call it. So it actually has like cup holders that go on each side where you can put stuff in it. It has a oopsie. So right here it has where you can hold stuff. Well, I just put my sandpaper in there, because I usually only take this out if I'm doing like a headlight restoration, or If I'm doing like a paint enhancement and I have to bend over a lot, that's when I'm really taking this out. This one was about 65, I think it was about $65. You do not need one of these. You can get one actually cheaper. You can get one for like, I think 30 or 40 bucks. You don't need it, but like I said, it's nice to have one of these, especially when you're doing a service where you have to bend over a lot, like a paint enhancement, paint correction, whatever, headlight restoration, where it's better to just sit down and do it. It's nice to have one of these. Another thing, so if you watch my earlier videos, this is my water pump right here. This comes from Harbor Freight as well. Haven't had any issues with it, and honestly I like it. It's actually battery powered too, so you can put a battery on here. You don't need it. For the longest I did straight up gravity fed. Sometimes it took a little minute to prime the pressure washer when I was doing gravity fed, so I had to kind of let the water kind of calm out, then connect the hose to the pressure washer and then turn it on. If I didn't, then it just was a whole process, and that's why I got the water pump. But it's definitely doable without a water pump. But with the water pump, it's pretty great. I ain't gonna lie. All right, so let's talk about this. This is a gas pump. This little device on top of it, obviously it pulls the gas, goes through here, just like if you had the gas station, and you pump it out, right? This is definitely something I bought this out of impulse, really, to be honest. So the problem that I was having is I've changed gas cans and everything, and when I went to go fill my generator up, the gas is always seeping through somewhere. No matter how many times I've tightened it, no matter how many times I take it off and I put it back on right or whatever, it's always seeping through the cracks or whatever, and it would just kind of spill right here and kind of go off to the sides and all that stuff. It would get annoying because it gets all at the bottom right here, and then it starts to smell like gas. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna get a gas pump. So basically all this is that click it on, it's pulling the gas, and then I just come right here and I fill my generator up. Whenever I want to stop, just like at the gas pump, I let it do its thing, turn it off, pull it out so I can get the remaining gas out of it, and that's pretty much it. But I mean, it's nice to have because I don't have to worry about putting the gas can up here and leaning and spilling gas on the generator anymore. I just basically fill it up like this, and that's it. But like I said, this is definitely one of those things this is one of those things where you really don't need this. I would not suggest anybody buying this unless you can, but it's nice to just have. Whenever you finish with it, close this. All I do is it's hard to do this with one hand, but wrap it up around it. There's a little there's a little place right here for the actual part to go in there, and then that's it. It locks in there, and then that's pretty much it. The only thing I'm gonna do is I will get a bigger gas tank for this. It works all right with this little small one, but obviously it pumps. This can only hold 2 gallons of gas, so I am gonna get like a 5-gallon one or something like that, but that works for now. All right, so this is not equipment, this is just air freshener that I purchased. These are for the customers, really. This is something, like I said, this is nice to have because obviously whenever you finish somebody's car, you can put a little air freshener of their choice inside there, and it just makes the whole overall experience a little better. You get a little bit of air freshener. So I have oil-based air freshener as well, and then I have these Wonder Waffles. I have to purchase more, so right now I only have 3 of the Wonder Waffles, Island Breeze, Wild Cherry, and Black Royal. Next ones I'm gonna get is gonna be New Car, and I don't remember the other 2 that I wanted to get, but I've been asking people what they kind of like, so I know what to get. And honestly, the customers, they like those, they really do. So that's just to add on to the experience. Not only do they leave with a clean car, but they leave with a nice smelling car as well. So my mat rack system, so this is a custom mat rack. So this, obviously I put the mats up here, as y'all can see I do this one. Usually I have them hanging like this, and I clean them, and it's easier that way. Instead of putting them on the ground or having a table out or whatever, I just put them up against the van, hang them up here off the ground, and clean them up that way. Super easy. And that cost me, I think that cost me about $250 to get made. And honestly, that's the best thing I've ever done. One of my best ideas I've had. That was the original idea. I didn't see anybody else with it, and a ton of people seem to really like that idea. If you could do it, I would say go for it. Have somebody build you one. It makes things easier. Does it make the van a little dirty on the side? Yes, it does. So what I do is, whenever I wash the van and the water's not beating like it should, because I put a ceramic spray wax on top of that, and it does help. But you also got to think that I'm putting harsh chemicals on that. So whenever that kind of wears away, I just add some more ceramic spray wax on top of it, and it helps it not to stick as much. And when I go to spray it off, I do a quick little spray off. It sprays off and it's good. But yeah, y'all, so that's just a couple of things that I feel like it's just nice to have those things. It helps the job go a little faster. It helps me be a little bit more efficient with some of those things that I have. And some of it I completely really don't need. I just have because I wanted it. So you don't need none of that when you first starting out. You can start off with the bare minimum and work your way up from there. But everything that you can get off of Amazon, I will have it linked down below if you want to go and purchase some of the things. And then besides the stuff that's from Harbor Freight, nothing I can do about that. You just go to Harbor Freight and they have it in the store. But if you can get it off of Amazon, it will be in the link down below. So thank you for watching. I hope y'all have a great day.